Hello, and welcome to the Knights in the Nightmare Let's Play. This is video 48, covering scene 43. Last time, as the Wisp, we fought off some invading monsters in the Tiamat Sanctuary, and then pressed onward. We later saw a cutscene in which Aldri defied Yelma and got nuked for it. Now we have advanced to the same room where that happened, and we're getting attacked once again by more invading monsters. So let's take out the trash. Here's the stage for this scene. As you can see, there are more magic tiles on the ground, and if we step on them, they'll reveal treasure boxes. But just like last time, I'm not going to bother with them. There's no key items, only weapons to be had. The real story is Aldri here. Aldri is in a great position. Look, she can hit that center lane really easily. But more importantly, she has a perfect 100 Law Index, which means she'll get maximum damage out of any weapon she attacks with in Law phase. Furthermore, she's level 64, which is far and away the highest knight we've got. That will give her full range of any priestess weapon I have right now. She can equip anything. She's definitely going to be a very strong addition to our knights. So we're going to be sure to get her recruited. Let's get her key item loaded up. It's the lock of hair that we saw her give Wilmgard as a token of affection. Oh gosh, that was quite a few scenes ago during one of the flashbacks. Somehow we came across it and we'll give it back to her. Yavuz is a wizard on the field we can recruit. I'm actually going to pull him out and move him to this empty slot in the corner. And in the spot I just created, I'm going to put in Colleen, one of our duelists. And you know, if I'm putting in Colleen, that means one thing: we're going to be traveling. Let's get some weapons. Colleen is near an ice monster, so I'll load up a fire sword for her. And Aldri will have her sights set on a darkness enemy, so I need a sanctity weapon. Here we are. There's the good old Venus wand, but Aldri does not match its affinity, so she can't overcharge it. Not to worry though, we actually have this Lost Ceremony, a level 62 weapon, and holy shit, she's going to be able to equip this. She's level 64, so she'll get maximum damage out of this. Even without overcharging, she's going to be quite a beast with it. So let's load it up. Finally, I have a weapon for Aldri and for Colleen. Yavuz is not in a position where he can attack anyone. He's just there for me to recruit him. So I'm not going to give him a weapon. I might as well load up another key item. And in fact, we'll use Yavuz's key item this time. And yep, his key item is literally a key this time. Okay, we have a plan. We have our inventory slots full. Let's do this. Aldri is talking about Frabella, the leader of the 10th Order. Yes, those two were pals. And Aldri is now recruited, just like any other knight. Another tool in the toolbox. Yavuz is talking about that dickhead knight that we recruited a few scenes ago. I haven't decided what to do with him yet, but I do hope he died with a dagger in his back, the fucker. Alright, let's kill some monsters, but first let me corner myself down here. Yep, and no escape. Good job. Colleen took off about a third of that dragon's health. I think I'm getting worse at jamming those gears. I can't interrupt enemies very well anymore. One more hop and Colleen will be in position. Oh, and the dragon still lives. Let's give Aldri a chance.
Your soul shall be pure.
And Aldry one-shots that Lamia. That's Lamia, not Lamina, like I was saying last time. Let's see if Colleen can finish off that dragon. If he would ever come into range. This music really reminds me of Castlevania music. A lot of organ toccatas.
Now's the time. You shall be engulfed.
Sword in the butt for that ice dragon, and he's down. She's also pissed off that neutral-based fairy near her, but there's nothing left for me to do this round, so I go ahead and end it. Good job, Colleen. I'm going to pull you out right now. And in your place, we're going to put Johan, a permanent warrior of ours. He's going to be in range of that ice creature. Yabuz is recruited. Let's pull him out, and back in goes Colleen. So more traveling to do. She's going to be ending up near this knight here, that lightning-based knight. So let's give her a neutral-based weapon. We can load up another key item. A crystal ball for Magissa. And finally, Johan needs a weapon too. He's going to attack that ice creature, so he'll need a fire axe. It's actually a tree monster, so it seems fitting to attack with an axe.
Engage!
Philo is an NPC Tiamat we ran into in Scene 39, and he was the Tiamat historian. So, yeah, I guess his role has ended, hasn't it?
Item gotten.
Attack, I'll strike you down.
I move forward with Colleen, and if you notice, the night creatures, they have a good guard. You know, they always outsmart me because I attack when their guard's up. I don't think it really matters, though, when we're doing a duelist attack, which actually lands directly on the knight. I'm not very careful about waiting for him to be vulnerable, but her attack gets through every time.
I'm all good. Break out. Revenge is mine.
Good job, Colleen. Aldry's got a hound creature in her lane. He can't attack her. She's up too high. She's safe.
Your soul shall be pure.
However, he does survive with just a sliver of health.
I won't go easy on you.
Since he's so low on health, I know I don't need to get him into full range. I can just get him from the outside, and he's still going to go down. Johan's going to grab some gems. And we're going to use our last magic point to attack this tree creature. Good job, guys. 9 seconds left. Let's end the round getting some magic points. Not enough time to swing, but we've got 4 magic points now. That's a good start for the next round. And 3 kills. We're doing pretty good here. Colleen, another good job by you, but I'm going to pull you now and throw in Hilgard, our other permanent duelist. Hilgard's got a better law index, and so I'll be using her to attack in law phase. Look, she's got clean shot on those 3 guys. Her primary target will be that lightning-based enemy, though. We have one last key item to load up. Partha has a handball. Alright, everybody's got a weapon. We've got a plan. Let's do this.
Engage!
Gordon was an NPC Tiamat from last scene. And Dasika is a person we've not met yet.
I won't go easy on you.
Lucia is the hermit we recruited last scene, and yeah, her key item was an ordinary towel. So here I beat on this tree monster, this dryad with Hilgard. It's lightning based because of the spot it's in, this location. The tree monsters can port around the stage, and when they reappear, they'll have a different affinity. So the tree monster ports away and reappears as a darkness-based enemy. So I put Hilgard on hold, just waiting for him to come back. And in the meantime, I attack with Algery.
I won't go easy on you. Your soul shall be purified.
And Algery's able to kill that witch, but also finish off the tree monster.
As I expected.
So I thought, okay, Hilgard's enemy's dead. I charged her up, and that cost me a magic point. I want it back, so I'm going to cancel her charge. So, there we go. Alright, let's finish off that other tree monster and the witch. But then, to my surprise, the tree monster, the second one, lands near Hilgard. I didn't realize that both tree monsters could use both destination points.
It worked.
However, it doesn't matter because I don't really want to kill it at this point now. It's been promoted to a final enemy, and I want this stage to go on a little bit longer to get more Postalks out of Algery.
It worked.
And sure enough, there's a final creature in the rotation, but I avoid it. Okay, we've got all key items delivered, right? Yep, always check. No more key items, good. We can go ahead and load up another weapon for Johan so we can attack the neutral enemy near him. So that axe I'm throwing in has only one duration left. It'll only last for one round. That's fine though, I have another one just like it. Everyone's got some weapons to fight with. Let's do this.
Engage.
I won't go easy on you.
Yeah, Algery is stuck between a rock and a hard place. Of course, Magista is referring to Zolganark being summoned.
Ready.
Johan's talking about joining the Knights.
It's showtime!
Yeah, I know that feeling, Hilgard. So I go ahead and open this round with an attack from Algery after I charge up Hilgard. And watch the health bars of these monsters that Algery hits. We can see the health bars at the bottom of the screen.
I won't go easy on you. Break out! Your soul shall be
Alright, so she kills the darkness enemy. The ice enemy is down to a third health, and the Lamia is down to, what, about half health. Now she's down to a sliver because Hilgard got her shot off. Yeah, Algery doesn't fuck around. Johan's gonna attack that fairy and piss it off to make it vulnerable. You may notice at the bottom of the screen, occasionally those treasure boxes pop up. That happens when the enemies walk over the magic tiles, so it's kind of interesting they can trigger it as well. Here I charge up Johan, but he gets struck by the Lamia's heart attack, so now he's been turned into a knight enemy. So I gotta free him real quick. That's a dirty trick.
Ready?
Break out.
Can you withstand this?
Parry's down.
Item gotten.
No magic points. Let's get some real quick.
Point two. It worked.
There we go. And that Lamia just barely survived. I'm going to drag her ass back in. There we go. Thought you could get away, huh? Okay, as predicted, Johan's axe is gone, but I have another one. Let's just load it back up. So with the Lamia almost dead, I don't bother charging too much. I think, oh, I can kill her off right now. But no, she survives. Son of a bitch.
I won't go easy on you.
That's okay, we'll have Aldry flush the toilet again.
Break out. Your soul shall be pure.
The triple kill for Aldry. Jesus.
Ready? Break out. Can you withstand this? It worked. Ready?
Break out.
Can you withstand this? See that?
Kind of sucks for that neutral base enemy. They're really cornered there. There's nowhere to go. Alright, fun is fun, but let's end this round. We have got 2 final monsters now. And we have a good setup. Let's just put an end to it.
Engage.
Yeah, you gotta feel sorry for Aldry. That's why you don't fall in love with your targets.
We've won.
Good job, guys. Okay, another stage, another inventory screen. We had a couple knights that are getting a little too low on vitality for my liking, so I went ahead with some trans souls, although I didn't really accomplish what I really set out to do. The first was Colleen. She's down to 10.5 vitality, so I went through the list and tried to find someone she'd be compatible with. I found Werner, who was a warrior we recruited a couple scenes ago. As you can see here, she doesn't really stand to gain very much. Vitality goes up a little bit, Law Index will go up a fair bit, and Cast Index will actually go down. So I went ahead with this anyway, and the reason being is because Colleen had actually mentioned Werner before in a pause talk. And here she says that she doesn't like timid men, and she's referring to Werner. This goes a little further. If we look at her biography in the Tome of Lost Souls, it says, let's see here. Although she is a cold realist who is very direct with her choice of words, Colleen's heart is filled with an intense loneliness and a hatred of war. Much of her day is spent criticizing Werner and Nina. So she spends much of her day criticizing this poor guy. At any rate, that is cause to wonder if they have a special relationship for trans soul purposes, so I went through with it. Now, to be fair, Werner is described as a worrywart sad sack. Here, when we recruited him, he was mentioning Salada, who is a merchant that I think we saw in Fort Gerhard. At any rate, she stresses him out because she gives him a sales pitch and he can't say no to her. So we can see, yep, it really freaks him out. He's a bundle of nerves. So I wanted to see what would happen. I went ahead and hit OK. And when I committed, Werner's reaction is pretty friggin' sad, all things considered. And then Colleen's reaction, maybe, I don't know if I'm looking too deep into this, but maybe some remorse for how she treated him. However, if we look at her gains, 3.12 vitality, not super great. Brought her up above the 10.5, so okay, I'm happy. Law Index went up by 5, that's okay. And Chaos Index went down by 2, so that hurt. However, the real story is that she went from level 37 to 45. That's a pretty good jump, and I was quite happy with that. That'll open up some more weapons for her to use. In fact, she has been restricted a few times with what weapons I could attack with using her. But hopefully that'll clear up a little bit now. So, I didn't get the vitality gain I really wanted, but I got something else instead, and it made it worthwhile for me. In the meantime, I also looked at Hilgard. Her vitality is 12.01, and I'm pretty reliant on Hilgard for law phase attacks. So I want to gain her some vitality if possible. I went through the roster and found Bailey, and if you can see here, once again, there's not going to be significant gains. Vitality goes up a bit, Law Index goes down, and Chaos Index goes up a bit. However, when I went through with it and tested it out, here we see Bailey is going to go ahead and give it up. And Hilgard acknowledges, but her maximum level went from 40 to 45. On the next screen we see what she really did gain as far as stats. Vitality up 2.12, that's okay-ish. Law Index down by 4, ouch, and Chaos Index up by 2. However, with her new level cap I was able to give her experience, and with every level up she gained some vitality. And when I got her up to her max level, she ended up with 22 vitality overall. So a net gain, and I got what I wanted in that case. Having done all that, I was ready to move on. And here we go. No surprises here. Of course we're going to kill Allier. Of course we are. Perhaps the last of the Tiamats. But she's in our way, and that's a death sentence. Let's take a look at the flashback we just saw. We finally saw Azan. I think this is the first time we've seen him. He's been described as the leader of the Tiamats. Here he's trying to be the voice of reason with Allier. Although this is the first time we've seen him, he has been mentioned a few times. There's been a few pause talks with Alonso, one of our Lance Knights, and he's mentioned that Azan was killed. There's also an NPC Tiamat who mentioned that she thought Azan was killed by King Wilmgard, that he had something to do with it. He sent the men to kill him. However, if we look back at a previous flashback, this was quite a while back, we actually did see that Leonil, who was one of the generals of Cardinal Capehorn, was talking about how he had to kill Azan, and then he was trying to kill Allier, but she disappeared. She went into hiding. So we know who actually killed Azan. At any rate, as I mentioned, he was trying to be the voice of reason with Allier there. This is a different side of Allier that we haven't seen yet. She's quite angry in this scene, wasn't she? Next, we did see Azan ask Algerie to be the spy. And we know what that means. She has to lose her horns and her wings. She makes a good point. She says, they might test my loyalty. What if I have to kill Tiamats? And it seems in Azan's eyes, the sacrifice would be worth it. I wanted to point out that the time set for this flashback is 307 days before the prince is to be wed. And we do know that the prince was meant to be wed sometime around the present time. I'm not really sure the exact date, but it's in this neck of the woods as far as the timeline is concerned. The reason why I bring this up is just because it seems like a short period of time for Algerie to accomplish everything she did. She joined the Knights, she rose to General of the 6th Order, and of course then she fell in love with the king, and the king fell in love with her as well. So she was certainly the right choice for this mission, wasn't she? Of course, her undoing was the classic mistake of falling in love with your mark. Moving on, in the present-day cutscene, we saw Yelma finally reach the corpse of the king. She tried to free it from the crystal it was encased in, but couldn't do it. And of course, at the same moment, we run into Allier. Allier's motivation is she doesn't want anybody to get the power of the arbitrator. However, the spell that is keeping the arbitrator's corpse encased, that spell is contingent on her life. So Allier goes down, then the crystal is shattered. Spell is broken. I don't know what it is with Tiamat and this type of spell. Sakido had a similar one where when she died, the barrier went down. But we can see what's going to happen here, can't we? Yelma is sitting there pouting at this crystal. But in the meantime, we're about to kill Allier. I guess we'll have to see what happens next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.